What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Raptor Spirit is back with another one for you guys. Today is a good day for Star Citizen as we have seen the behind the ships for a new ship called the RSI Meteor. It's not quite a good day for me, but that's okay though. I'm not going to go into that, but I am going to go over the behind the ships of the RSI Meteor and then give my thoughts afterwards. So join along with me and let's check this thing out.
Meteor is, at its core, a medium fighter you can spend your time on, you can live on it. It's got everything you'd need to live out in space.
Take off. What did you first think when you heard we were taking the Mantis chassis and making a new fighter?
Mantis is a wonderful ship. I just like fighters more.
I was excited because the Mantis is quite a well-known ship.
We want to give justice to the Mantis, but we also want to make it more aggressive, more sleek, and I think we got to it.
Starting with the front,
That's
first
a nice
thing that
ship.
you're going to notice on this bad boy
Cool.
is the two bespoke size 5 ballistic cannons that we ended up adding.
They're massive guns, and who doesn't like massive guns?
Like, look at them things. Those things, look. I try to be as realistic as possible with ships that I'm seeing. And, you know, because the first thing I'll tell you is don't go out and buy every ship that you see coming out of Star Citizen. I would say definitely, depending on your game type, buy ships based off that. And don't, like, buy multiples of ships to do the exact same thing, because that's where you start wasting money in having ships that are sitting in your hangar you're not even using. Like, that doesn't make sense. It's not very conducive to really buying or justify buying a ship that you don't ever use, because if you just buy everything when it comes new, there's always gonna be something sitting out there that you thought you liked, and it's just not worth it. Now, I know there's people out there that want to buy everything. That's fine. I got org mates that are all about buying every single ship there is out there, but it's really not that serious, you know. But this ship is really cool. Like, I would think about trading a ship for something like this, because I have a few fighters. One particularly is I have the stealth fighter, the Firebird bomber. It's a stealth fighter with 24 size 3s. It's an in and out type thing. It's very fast. Like I said, it's stealthy. I use it for that. I only have one of the stealth ship, which is the Prowler utility, but you know, it's not made for heavy hitting like that. You know. Then I also have the F7A Mark II, and I love I got the I forget, it's called Everhard, I think it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but I got the little package with the Gatling gun on top, which is cool. It's cool. And then I have the Guardian MX. Now, originally I had the Guardian QI, but then the MX came out, and the thing is, for interdicting, or any kind of quantum entanglement of any kind, I have the RSI Zeus that's hopefully coming out sometime this decade, whenever Bounty Hunting version 2 takes its role. But really, like I said, I have 3 fighters, basically. I have a heavy one, I have one that's kind of in between, which is the F7A Mark II, and then I have the Firebird. So, I'm debating on dropping one of them. Probably it's going to be the F7A Hornet. I don't know yet. I'm curious to see how this ship performs. It looks like it's pretty quick, so I mean, possibly. And I have a couple of small things I could probably trade in its place, just because I'm not taking up random space. And of course, it all depends on how much it is, right? Like the RSI Mantis was like, it's like $150, $20, something like that. It was something small comparatively. If this is somewhere still under 200. Maybe I'll just buy it. I don't know. I mean, you know, when I see so many ships in my inventory, and if I find myself not using them, for me, it doesn't really make sense to continue having something like that I'm not using. So, I mean, you can always buy it back later if it comes down to that. So, yeah, I might get it, but I probably will trade something so I don't feel like I'm just spending gobs of money. I'd rather just reallocate money, as they say. I forget what they call it, the upgrade chain or something like that, where you consistently upgrade ships to get bigger or better ships down the chain line, so you're not spending spending money. So, but that's just a thought. That's a little side note. But yeah, this thing looks pretty badass, you know, with those 2 bespoke guns on it. So I'm digging it so far. And it has a living area. Side note again, I actually sacrificed a living area on the Guardian because the MX doesn't have a bed to log out on, and the Prowler doesn't have one either. So, and I think I traded the Intrepid for the Prowler. So I lost something with a bed. So or 2 ships with a bed. So now I'm heavily thinking about trading something with a bed because, you know, having a bed to log out on it is actually really convenient. Every time I'm in the MX, I have to fly somewhere else and get off. Same thing with the Prowler. I have to find some place to land and set down and log out at like a station or a spaceport. So for me, utilitarian is why, like, I think I need something with a bed, so that's why I'm considering buying this one. That's just me. You know, you guys make whatever decision is best for you guys. But so far, it looks like a cool ship. So far, I'm digging it.
If you've never used a cannon before, they'll be very low rate of fire, but the amount of damage that you're going to do when you hit is absolutely insane.
I like the
Repeaters
cockpit.
are going bam, 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 bam. Gatling is just brrrr. Cannons are bam, 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 bam.
The sounds.
In the hands of a skilled pilot.
As you come around, you can see the similarities between the Polaris and the Meteor. It's like you took a Mantis exterior and then asked the person who made the Polaris exterior to find a middle ground.
When I was working on this, I took like a lot of inspiration from the Polaris. I worked on the exterior of that ship for a long time, so I think it's absolutely ingrained in my mind. Although the RSI style of what was back then and what it is now is different, and so there was like this balance that I had to hit.
I like the paints on them. It's really cool.
We have a size 4 hardpoint that can fit on size 4 rack, single S4 missiles. You can swap those down to 2 size 3s.
Okay, so before they finish with this, you know what? Actually, let them finish talking about it. Sorry.
4 size 2s or 8 size 1s.
The way the hatch is open at the bottom.
Okay, so let's go back just a smidge. So, from my understanding, from stock, if I can get this to do the right thing.
Those down to 2 size.
So from stock, it comes with 4 size 5 torpedoes, which is pretty freaking cool. But to take it a step further, you can actually change, because a lot of the missile bays, some of them you can't change the missile loadout on, but this one you can change it
4 size 2s
all the way down to a bunch of size 1s. That is so cool. Like, that is so cool that you can switch out. So it gives you a little bit more, option to, drop down to, like, from size, 5 torpedoes to 4s to,
or
to, like, size 2s or 3s, whatever it is. Like, you have options.
The way the hatch is open.
So I like that. Again, it gives it some more reasoning and a little more customization for your style of playing. If you want to just beat the dirt out of people with a barrage of little small missiles, done. If you're trying to hit big targets, hit them with them size 5s, and then take them cannons and then blast them to sky high. Like, it's customizable, which is what people like about stuff like that, where it gives you options, where you're not just stuck with a certain loadout you can't do nothing with. And then the cannons, I forget the names of the cannons that are on there. I think those are size 3s. So it's 4 size 3s and then the 2 size 5 bespoke. You can switch those 4 size 3s for, anything. And if you want to keep it all cannons like Omni Skies or even the MD ones, like, go all ballistic. Do 4 size 3 deadbolts. If they come in that side, I don't remember that. I think they do, but yeah. There's so many options you can do to make this thing deadly. So I'm here for it. I'm digging it.
Bottom and that whole new lower section, it kind of fattens it up a bit, and it just looks a little bit more aggressive, which to me is never a bad thing.
Interior, as soon as you end up going up the ramp that's had a nice little lighting effect added for it, you'll go in and see that the inside has been completely
I like the
remodeled from
LED
old business
light
interior.
standard they're putting on a lot of ships.
The
It's pretty
Zeus
cool.
did so much for bringing that interior design language for RSI forward. Thank you.
And I love the fact that they redid the inside to bring it up to RSI standard. Now that's like the name of the game for a lot of ships. It's bringing the ships up to the standard of the corporations that they have given a specific look to. And I'm glad they did that here. And they did that for the RSI Mantis to just bring it up to the standard for RSI ships. I hope to see this further down the line with a lot of ships like the for like Crusader, the Mercury Star Runner. Everyone says that is super out of date with Crusader's look. They want it to be more, you know, a little bit brighter like Crusader ships are in the interior. So, you know, maybe they'll give the Mercury Star Runner a redo, and a couple other ships. You know, obviously Drake is just, you know, spitting twine and duct tape, so you can't mess that up. It's pretty easy to do that. So yeah, I just, you know, I love the fact that they did the interior. It looks really cool. Like, I love this look. It's very, very pleasing.
In that interior design language for RSI forward. Thank you, Montreal team. It's a lot
Personal
sleeker now.
storage.
There's these really clear blue lines that run through the core of the ship. They
So
go
cool.
up the walls, onto the ceiling.
I like the lights. Those are cool.
They frame the parts of your room. You've got nice floor mats as well. It just feels more cohesive. So the cockpit is all framing your eye towards that massive glass canopy.
I love that. That canopy is awesome. This is wide open. It's so cool.
We've taken the Zeus seat to another level, improving the back-end workflow of how we use it, which is going to improve all RSI ships going forward.
Turning around from the seat, you can catch really quick that we do have a button. And when you press that, you will have a
That is
weapon
cool.
rack that's coming out of the floor.
That is super cool. Like, that coming out, oh my gosh, look at that. I know I've seen a couple of
Press
times
that, you
when
will
they
have a weapon rack.
redid the skin for the regular Mantis. The regular Mantis has this too. That is so freaking cool. I love that. Like, it's a secret compartment that comes out the floor. It kind of reminds me of, if any of you guys watched The Expanse, how when they got the Rocinante at first and they eventually found, basically it's like an operations table that came up from the ground. That's what that reminds me of. That is super cool. I like that. It's a nice little touch for the RSI. It gives it storage, put some guns on it, so it's not like, you know, not cluttering up the walls. It, like, it utilizes the space around the ship to make it work. So you have those things. So that, I think, is so freaking neat.
That's coming out of the floor.
There's a scene in John Wick where he hits the floor with a sledgehammer to reveal all of his guns and the stash. And we were like, we can't do that, but we could make kind of a secret button on the bulkhead that pops out the floor.
Best feature, I think, of the interior.
So every ship
It's
I work
super
on,
cool.
I make sure to put some kind of inspection sticker on that lists the designers and artists that worked on it. And for this ship, we've added someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah, okay, let me read you that.
No, I'll be someone else.
The paint
Made this ship for Jared.
Fun to do. We wanted to kind of get that iridescence going, and yeah, I feel like we covered a wide spectrum of tastes.
The default we ended up changing out for our darker paint tone. This way you'll be a little bit stealthier. I think it looks really cool.
I love it.
We have our red one.
That red one, I'm not a
Our
bright
gold
color
one,
person, but that red one is
teal
dope. But that
one,
right
and
there,
then
that is dope.
probably
It's like a
my
chameleon.
favorite, our
All those paints are fresh.
Mercury.
And of course, I'm pretty sure the regular Mantis will
Bring
get
the ship
to
a
use
new
those
level,
paints too.
whilst also paying homage to what it was. And it was a really unique challenge that I really appreciated getting the chance to work on.
It's so badass. It's so cool.
Who's the ship for?
It's for Jared.
It's not for me. Might be for people like me. Who's the ship for?
For people who likes to look cool and play cool.
For people who want to have a daily flyer that packs a huge punch.
This should be for me. That's it.
It's for your militaristic fighter that just wants that ship they're never going to stop driving.
Who is this ship for?
John Wick.
I like the John Wick reference. It's cool. I love this right here. That's so cool. All right. So there's that. So just a couple thoughts. I personally like the ship. Obviously, like I said, I like the fact that it has a bed in it, which is cool. I'm glad they didn't take that away. My one concern is definitely like the whole HP and all that good jazz. So I'm going to quickly mosey over to Urkel, because Urkel seems to always be ahead of the game and have all the ships that are in the PTU up. So I'm going to quickly see if they data mine or anything regarding that. So let's take a look. 'Cause usually around this time they'll usually have it. So let's take a quick look and see if they have anything for RSI out there. Just bear with me just a moment. Alright, so we're in PTU. Let's go to RSI. And it would be... Nope, they just have the Mantis. So let's just take a look at the Mantis just real quick. So let me add this real quick to this thing. Urkel. There it is. Boop. Alright, let's take this right here and let's expand this. Let's actually move it down first. And expand. Alright. So looking at the Mantis by itself, right? We have, for the whole HP, it's 32,000. You know, it's okay. And the... Let's see if you find the shield. And the shield bubble is 3,460. So my question would be, has that changed for the Meteor? I would assume it has to. So that's going to be like the big factor, right? How much of the ship been upgraded to accommodate the fact that now it's a combat vessel versus a support ship, because it's supporting the interdicting of ships. It's not actually interdicting ships and then going after the ships on its own. It's actually a support ship. So how much of the whole HP and the bubble shield have they done to accommodate the fact that it is a combat ship now? That's going to be my biggest question. But overall, I love the ship. I think the ship is super cool. Had they not come out with the MX for the Guardian, I probably would have bought this one in its place. But I don't know. I'm thinking possibly my Hornet will go bye-bye. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see when it comes out, obviously based on price and, you know, what the stats are, because obviously buying a ship just to buy it is not something I do. It has to, you know, make sense, and it has to fit into my gameplay. I do a lot of bounty hunting and stuff like that, so I mean, it definitely can fit that, and I can sit out in space and mind my business and log out, you know, on a moment's whim. So it works. I don't. One thing I didn't notice, if it has any cargo space. That's as I'm thinking about it. Let me take a quick gander, see if it has any cargo space, which I do not think that it does. I mean, it's a combat ship, so why would it? But just making sure, you never know. It might be like one SCU or something crazy. So yeah, I don't think it has any cargo space, so that's fine. But yeah, so it's just a matter of just kind of what the price point is and what performances that it has that makes it worth it. But more than likely, I might swap it out. We'll have to see. But that's basically my video on the RSI Meteor that is coming out. I can't wait to get my hands on it and check it out. And when I do, of course, I will share it with you guys. So, of course, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Always leave a comment, because I always love hearing from you guys. And let me know what you think about the RSI Meteor. Alright, take care, guys, and I'll see you out in the verse.